Right, it is 2 minutes to the top of the hour. Remember, you can watch this particular bulletin live on Facebook, and you can also watch it live on YouTube. You can also send us your feedback through our SMS line, that is 23059. And I'll be sampling your feedback as we proceed with the bulletin. Now let's get started from a sad note now. And police in Mombasa are investigating a case where pieces of a body of a woman were found packed in a sack at approved Likoni, Mombasa County. The body, which is still unknown, was found placed in 2 sacks and left outside the house wall. According to Likoni OCPD Geoffrey Ruheni, it is not yet clear whether the woman is a resident of Likoni or she was a visitor within the area. The incident has shocked many residents as the country continues to witness the increase of cases of femicide.
Mwili umeonekana katika area ya Timbwani, Majengo Mapya. Na askari wakaenda pale wakaona ni kweli kulikuwa na gunia lenye zilikuwa na nyama za mwishi za binadamu zimewekwa pale. Tukaulizia majirani, hakuna mtu mwenye alikuwa amesikia mfurugano ama mtu ama kitendo kama hicho kikitendeka. Kwa hivyo watu wa DCI crime scene walichunguza na wakaona hicho kitendo kinaweza kuwa kilifanyika pahali pengine na mwili ukabeba ukaja ukatupa pahali pale. Pale pahali ni pahali pa kutupa takataka. Kwa hivyo kulikuwa na gunia zingine karibu pale. Kama mtu angekuwa makini hangeona hizo gunia lilikuwa liko na mwili wa binadamu ndani. Watu wa DCI walichunguza ile mwanzo wakaona huo mwili ulitupa pale haukuwa na kichwa na mikono na miguu. Kwa hivyo tungeomba ule mtu yote angeona pahali pengine kuna hizo vipande za mwili, kichwa, mikono na miguu zimetupwa, anaweza ripoti kwa kituo cha polisi chenye kiko karibu. Kwa wakati huu hatuna ripoti yoyote ya kusema kuna mtu mwenye amepoteza mmoja wao.
Lazima vyombo vya usalama, vyombo vya DCI, taasisi zote za serikali ambazo zinahusiana na mambo ya usalama na kuchunguza za ujasusi. Kwa nini wanawake wanauawa na wakiuawa wanakatwa sehemu zao za mwili? Kwani kuna nini? Ama ni ile watu wanasema organ trafficking? Tunataka tuambiwe kama Wakenya, because now it is high time. It is not just a normal killing. There must be something which we don't know as Kenyans. We are innocent as Kenyans. We need to be told what is happening. We are asking the president and the cabinet minister for interior, Mr. Murkomen. The women of this country are crying. We are crying as women in this country. We are really crying, and we are asking this big question. Where is the security for the women of this country?
Right, moving on, a dispute has erupted between the Embu County government and the Kenya National Union of Nurses following the dismissal of a medical officer over an incident at Kiritini Level 3 Hospital where a woman was forced to give birth outside the facility without medical assistance. The incident occurred on Thursday night when the officer allegedly failed to report for duty, leaving the expectant mother without proper care. The woman, who was denied access to the hospital by a security guard on duty, eventually gave birth in the hospital compound. The guard, who was also dismissed for his actions, which worsened the woman's condition, Embu County Executive for Health Jamal Runyenjes defended the decision to dismiss the medical officer, calling for negligence unacceptable, and point out that it endangered the lives of both the mother and her newborn. Runyenjes instead said that the dismissal was final and non-negotiable.
Jana usiku saa 4 nilipokea ujumbe kulikuwa na skirmishes hapa katika hiyo hospitali, na kulikuwa na case ya mama alikuwa amekuja na akazuiwa kuingia katika hospitali na mhudumu ama watchman. Nimechunguza ile story na kusema ukweli mimi sijaridhika, na hakuna excuse yoyote inaweza kupata ambaye itasababisha mama apate mtoto kwa varanda ya hospitali. So tumekubaliana, na hata governor amesema ule mhudumu alikuwa supposed kumuattend aende nyumbani, na hata huyo watchman. pia aende nyumbani kutoka siku ya leo, na hakuna kesi baadaye. Huyo mama katika hospitali ile ambaye alipelekwa ya Keretire Private Hospital, nimempatia ujumbe ya governor na tumemhakikishia hiyo uchungu alipitia, hakuna mwingine atapitia uchungu kama hiyo. Huduma kwanza ya kusema ati ilikuwa before Her Excellency hapa hakukuwa na hospitali.
Tuliona kwa social media iko mama alijifungua na hakuwa ameingia kwa hospitali ndani, alikuwa kwa corridor na tulikuwa kwa fact finding kama union, kwa sababu tunajua tulikuwa na wafanyikazi pale, na kulingana na ile statement imetoka kutoka kwa executive ni kwamba kuko na officers wetu watakuwa suspended. Hawaja specify ni kina nani, lakini sisi kama union tuna respond hivi kwamba kulikuwa na gaps katika hiyo hospitali, hakukuwa na stima na generator haikuwa inafanya na ambulance haikuwa in good condition ili ya kusafirisha mgonjwa. Hizo zilikuwa zile gaps zilikuwa katika hospitali, na hata insurance imewekwa tukiona tukiwa pale cover. Kwa hivyo kama kuko na officer atakuwa suspended kwa sababu ya gaps za hospitali, they should wanatakana kufuata procedure ile inafaa ili pia mfanyikazi aweze kusikika.
Right, moving on, President William Ruto has called for an immediate cessation of hostilities in the ongoing conflict in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, urging all parties involved to embrace dialogue as the only sustainable path to peace. Speaking at the joint East African Community and Southern Africa Development Community summit in Dar es Salaam on Saturday, President Ruto emphasized the importance of cooperation and peace to end the protracted conflict that has affected millions of lives in the region. He appealed to the M23 rebel group, which recently seized Goma, the largest city in eastern DRC, to halt their offensive. President Ruto also called on the Congolese government forces to refrain from retaliatory actions, highlighting the importance of an immediate ceasefire.
We find ourselves standing face to face with a grave and protracted security, diplomatic, and humanitarian crisis in DRC, a situation that demands our immediate, collective, and sustained attention. The East region of DRC has been engulfed in a devastating conflict for over 2 decades now, and this tragedy has claimed thousands of lives, displaced countless civilians, inflicted unbearable suffering and loss, and set back the development momentum of one of the most promising countries in the world. The recent escalation of hostilities in Goma and the surrounding areas is a stark reminder of the increasing fragility the situation presents, and that only collective action to facilitate a negotiated solution will offer relief. Today, we join together in order to reiterate our calls to the parties to this tragic conflict to immediately cease hostilities and take positive action to allow meaningful dialogue aimed at restoration of stability. Specifically, we stand together to call on all parties to actualize the ceasefire. As responsible members of the international community are bound by the obligation to ensure the safety of diplomatic assets, civilians, and personnel, as well as peacekeepers within our countries. The wanton disregard for the sanctity of life, diplomatic missions, and peacekeeping, and peacekeepers as well, is not only a brazen demonstration of lawless and unprincipled pursuit of violent harm and destruction, it is a grave affront to the rules-based international order. Excellencies, our presence here underscores our consensus that the time for action is now.
Alright, moving on, residents of Macharia County have raised urgent concerns over the implementation of the social health insurance scheme, demanding reforms within the Ministry of Health to address delays and inefficiencies in accessing healthcare services. The grievances were highlighted during separate medical camps organized in Mabioya and Kiharo constituencies, where local residents expressed frustrations of operational challenges within the SHA scheme. Key among the issues raised were the need for both the national and county governments to improve the quality of healthcare in hospitals, ensure a steady supply of essential medicines, and enhance the availability of regular medical checkups. Residents pointed out that many individuals have been locked out of healthcare services due to bureaucratic delays within the new system, preventing them from receiving timely treatment. There were widespread calls for reforms aimed at streamlining the SHA process to prevent future disruptions in service delivery.
Tumeomba serikali iingilie kuhusu SHA, ndio watu wakitibiwa hakuna malipo, ndio watu wasaidike zaidi. Juu watu wanateseka sana na hawana kazi, wengine ni maskini na wanataka usaidizi kutoka kwa serikali, na hata dawa tunahitaji.
Wito wangu kwa Wakenya ni kuwahimiza Wakenya wenzangu tukubali kujiandikisha kwa SHA, sababu huu mpango wa SHA utakapokuwa mgonjwa ndivyo utakuwa ukijua maana ya kukua na insurance cover, ya health insurance cover.
It's very important for us to have dispensaries in each and every village. Some of these elderly people will not even have any money. They will not even have bus fare to go to checkups.
I encourage our leaders, their families and their caregivers to prioritize routine health screening and well checkups as part of our historic approach to health aging.
Right, moving on, the funeral of Geoffrey Makali, the late brother of Kandui MP John Makali, was marked by political speeches calling for unity in Western Kenya, especially as the country approaches the 2027 general elections. The ceremony held at Macharia Primary School in Bungoma was dominated by discussions from leaders affiliated with Ford Kenya and various political factions from the region. They stressed the importance of solidarity among people of Western Kenya to ensure the region's political relevance and strength in the upcoming elections. Speaking during the event, local leaders reiterated that need for unity to overcome historic political divisions and work towards common goal for the development of the region. They noted that only through collective action could the people of Western Kenya have a strong voice in the national political scene. Leaders urged President William Ruto to defend Chief Justice Koome amid political pressure.
Kama Western Kenya, vile wamesema siasa ile ya national kubwa itakuwa Western Kenya. This is going to be the theater of the politics. So lazima pia tujipange. And I'm now talking as a deputy party leader of Ford Kenya. Lakini kama Western wacha tushikane. So that we go on the negotiating table as one team. When we go as one team, we shall be respected and we shall be listened to. This is where we are going to, this is going to be the theater. And if we are united, we are going to have a bigger stake hapo mbele.
Ford Kenya will not go anywhere under the sun. Ford Kenya is our heritage. Ford Kenya is our origin. Ford Kenya is the oasis of democracy in this country. And if anyone will ever imagine that Ford Kenya will fold, they will begin by folding themselves before Ford Kenya folds. So on behalf of Ford Kenya, on behalf of the people of the Republic of Kenya, and the four founders of democracy in this country, Ford Kenya is there, and the party leader is none other than Daktari Moses Masika.
Who doesn't know that the third in command comes from Bungoma? But it is meaningless if we don't give him support and run to make him number one. You can get to number one by getting to number two. You can get to number one from being number two.
Sisi tunataka sisi wote tuungane na tusonge mbele kabisa. Wale ambao wanaeneza siasa ya ukabila, siasa ya kimaeneo, nafikiri watu kama hao hawataona.
Alright, still in matters politics, Naivasha Member of Parliament Jane Kihara has strongly criticized President William Ruto's recent remarks, suggesting that those who criticize him lack adequate education. Kihara, speaking out against the president's statement, argued that such comments were inappropriate and uncalled for, especially given the challenges faced by the average Kenyan citizen. Kihara took issue with President Ruto's boasting about his academic credentials, specifically his PhD, which she believes has not translated into positive leadership or tangible results for the people of Kenya. She emphasized that despite his educational achievements, the president's leadership has not been evident in improving the lives of ordinary Kenyans who continue to grapple with the rising economic hardships.
Hiyo PhD anaongea mambo yake, alafu anatusi watu hata haionekani, kwa sababu sio vizuri mtu ambaye wa kiwango hiyo kutusi yeyote kwa sababu ya siasa. Kwa sababu ni siasa anafanya. Watu wanaona anafanya kazi mbaya. Anatumia pesa nyingi kuzunguka. Watu wako na shida mingi hapa. Anazunguka, anaita cabinet, najua cabinet sio vichwa ya mawaziri, ni ofisi zao, department zao, maaskari wao. Pesa nyingi inatumika. Ningemuomba tu azunguke, alafu aje afanye cabinet meetings in Nairobi. Inaonekana hajaelewa sana, haswa hajaelewa ile mashida iko na watu mashinani. Hisi ningetaka nikwambie tafadhali, kuna watoto wanalala njaa, wazazi wanashindwa kulipa shule, pesa ya capitation imechelewa. It is great security risk for this country. Sasa wa Somalia kupita mpaka na wa Ethiopia kupita mpaka kuja Kenya, hatuwezi jua ni gani wa wapi, wa Somalia wa Kenya na wa Somalia wa Somali. Na unajua pande hiyo hata kuna magaidi Al-Shabaab pia wanafanana. Sasa mimi ningeomba tu afikirie. Unaonekana sasa vile kile rais ako na haja naye ni uchaguzi wa 2027. Kwa hivyo he'll do everything possible to make sure that he wins, which can also be harmful to this country. One, tumechelewa, hata mipaka haikutolewa. Kama hapa Naivasha unajua vile iko kubwa, mimi nachaguliwa na watu wengi, lakini imechelewa. Ilikuwa inachelewa makusudi tu. Lakini tunaomba ikikuja wale watu soba, wale watatumikia watu, sio mtu fulani.
Right, moving on, a group of prominent elders from Imenti North has called on President William Ruto to protect Chief Justice Macharia from what they described as politically motivated attempts to remove her from office. The elders, led by senior leaders from the region, emphasized the importance of safeguarding the independence of the judiciary and ensuring that political interference do not undermine the rule of law. Speaking on behalf of the group, the elders highlighted that the Judicial Service Commission has never raised any allegations of misconduct against Chief Justice Macharia, asserting that the efforts to remove her are baseless and unfounded. They expressed concerns about the political maneuvers aimed at weakening the judiciary and warned against any actions that could compromise the integrity of the judiciary system.
Kama kuna maneno yoyote inafanyika ile Chief Justice amefanya, ambiwe kuna makosa amefanya na sheria ichukuliwe vile inatakikana. Na kama sisi wazee tunaweza kuitwa na hata na president mwenyewe, tunaweza kukaa chini na hii mtoto yetu tumwambie mother, serikali ifurahi na watu yako kwa sababu ufanye ABCD, na serikali ingetaka hiyo mambo ifanywe namna hiyo. Sisi tukiwa Meru hapa tumeona mambo mingi ile Chief Justice amefanya kushinda hata wale wengine walikuwa mbele yake. Kuna small courts ambaye alianza na cases squeezy tunaona inaenda haraka, si kama ilikuwa vile ilikuwa inaenda zamani. Tumeona kuna hii cases inaendelea online ambaye ilikuwa hapo zamani. Hii Chief Justice amekuja ameintroduce na hiyo cases tunaona vile watu walikuwa wanatumia gharama kubwa kwenda mbali, kama watu wetu kwenda Court of Appeal walikuwa wanaenda Nyeri. Sasa siku hizi ni mambo inaweza fanyika na inafanyika Meru town hapa, Meru law courts hapa, ambaye inasaidia wale watu wandogo wale wana pesa kwenda huku wanasikizwa au wanasikia vile kesi inaendelea.
Tunakuuliza kwa unyenyekevu, kama kuna makosa yote amefanya, sisi kama wasee tuko tayari kupigwa viboko yake, lakini usimwadhibu Martha Koome bila kujulisha wasee. Kama kuna makosa amefanya, kuna system ambazo zinafuatwa za kisheria ambazo tuko na nini, tuna ile GSC ambayo ndio inachunguza kama kuko na makosa, na yeye ndiye chairperson wa hiyo kamati. Kwa hivyo kama kuna makosa, GSC ingekuwa imetangaza hiyo makosa na yanze uchunguzi wake.
Unajua, tukiona watu wakiongea president must go, tukikaa kesho tunasikia chief justice must go. Shwari, ni Kenya gani tuko naye? Ni Kenya gani tuko naye? Executive ndio wanashikana, ndio wanafanya Kenya iendelee. Maendeleo iwezi kuendelea kama kuna politics kutoka siku moja kuanzia siku ya kwanza mpaka 2027 iko mbali sana.
All right, moving on. Jovu Member of Parliament Badi Twalib has urged residents of Kibarani and Bahati living along the railway line to relocate for their safety following a recent fatal accident. Badi made the plea after visiting the family of a young child who tragically lost their life after being run over by a vehicle in the Moshi area. The MP highlighted the growing risk posed by the railway and a road proximity in these residential areas, urging community to take action before another tragedy strikes. Speaking to the residents, Badi emphasized the need for solidarity within the community, encouraging neighbors to support each other during times of crisis. He also called for continued cooperation to prevent future accidents and safeguard the well-being of those living near the dangerous railways.
Zaidi ni kutoa pole na pia kusema kwa ni lazima watu waishi kwa tahadhari. Sio ni sawa? Ili kesho tusipate mengine yakaja katokea kama haya. Natoa amri, weza itachukuliwa vizuri wela vipi, lakini kwenye line ya reli ambayo iko pale chini, reli si baskili kwa itapiga breki, reli sio matatu kwa itapiga breki, reli sio gari ndogo kwa itapiga breki. Ikija ilipomgonga huyu mtoto, miguu ilipatikana kwenye bridge, vitu vingine vingotapatikana karibu na poti huko. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Kipevu. Kwa sababu baada ya hapo ilikuwa treni ile haiwezi kusema kwa yaweza kusimama. Kwa hivyo wote ambao watakana clear the way ya rail, wa clear the way ya rail kabla watu wa rail hawajaja. Ushirikiano waliokuwa nao na familia ya marehemu imeonyesha kweli umoja wa mji huu ni kuwa mmoja akiwa na shida basi ni shida ya watu wote. Kwa hivyo nimesema kama mjumbe, ofisi yangu kuanzia kesho itashirikiana na komiti hii kusimamia mambo yote ya postmortem, na governor wa Mombasa mambo yote ya bili ya hospitali yatakayokuwa yakidaiwa kwa marehemu, yeye ndiyo ambaye atalipa hiyo bili. Mpigeni makofi.
Right, moving on. The Cabinet Secretary for the Ministry of Lands, Public Works, Housing and Urban Development, Alice Ohome, has revealed that the Kisumu and Land Registry is plagued with widespread forgery, with numerous landowners in the region found to be in possession of forged title deeds. During an April 2 visit to Kisumu's Abbey House, Ohome expressed her concerns over the growing trend of land fraud in the region and cautioned both landowners with fraudulent documents and any officials within the Ministry of Lands involved in such illegal activities. She vowed to take illegal action and reposes any land acquired through these deceptive means.
Quite some time, there is a lot of forged documents that are outside there. And the people of Kisumu, this region, must understand that if you are having a title that is forged and we get you, we are going to pursue you and have you jailed. Because you cannot give us problems like this. This is apparently, and that is from the officers here, apparently this region, there is a lot of forgeries. Meaning, for you to have a title that is not yours, you have some legitimacy because you have a title that has been issued by my land office. It means my land office aided you or facilitated you to get that forged title. Why is it forged? It's not a lawful title because there is another owner. What happens is that sometimes they come and remove the green card, facilitated by my staff, a green card is removed. That is the main record, really, for ownership. And then you put in another record with other particulars of ownership. That is prevalent in this registry, meaning the entire region of Kisumu here, this county. You must stop. In fact, I think it is time that if you have a title that is not yours, forget about it, and possibly you can address it to the registrar with a letter that I'm sorry, this is one of those titles that I had acquired or secured, which was not my title. However, they are working, and that's what we have agreed, they are working on cleanup and sealing of that, including trying to identify any of our staff who may still be serving, may have been used. Because sometimes it is possible to tell from the record, you can know who.
Right. Philosophers have called on university students across the country to adopt changing technologies as a means to enhance critical thinking, innovation, and data analysis, thereby improving productivity and fostering national growth. At a roundtable conference and public lecture held at Zitech University in Ruiru, scholars led by Dr. Joseph Moai, a doctor of metaphysical solipsism, highlighted the importance of technology in transforming education and driving economic development. They emphasized that the integration of technological tools into the curriculum would better prepare students for a competitive global market.
In fact, what I would say is that metaphysics, being the aspect of critical thinking, believing or trying to reach out for infinite intelligence, should be embraced not only in primary schools, not only in nursery school, primary schools, secondary schools, universities, but it should also be embraced at places of work. We should try to entice people to utilize their mind everywhere. Instead of the preaching that we see in the streets, I wish we would actually be talking metaphysics in the streets. This is the only way that we'll be able to entice each other to wake up to who we are as intelligent beings with powers beyond measure.
Must not be a country that are closing ourselves to global innovation, global technological growth, but we must keep thinking as a nation, how do we get to the world or to the global education standards? Therefore, we request universities and we submit to them that they should open up, not only doing theories and philosophies and courses that we have had for the last 100 years. No, we would want to embrace the spirit of innovation, the spirit of technological growth, the spirit of critical thinking, and the spirit of more theoretical advancement in our education system. And this can only be realized, especially in the Republic of Kenya, when we embrace as a nation the power of depoliticizing education. We are reigning in seasons where politics has taken center stage in the country, that everything to be done, it has to be politics. When we are talking about innovation, I request that we run away, we separate this completely with politics, that let education takes its full course. When we are talking about a curriculum, when we are talking about financing and funding education, that must not be politicized. It should not be like political sides of which government is in power. No, it's about the education of the children of the Republic of Kenya. For us as public service governance is to request that the government throw its weight behind ensuring that the children in Kenya who are in classrooms are given whatever they require.
Right, moving on, Mombasa Cement, in partnership with Rotary, hosted a memorable fun day for 2,500 children with physical and mental disabilities from 19 special needs schools across 6 coastal counties. The annual event, known as the Sunshine Rally, took place at the Shri Hasmukh Kanji Primji Budhai Memorial Hall in Nyali, Mombasa. The children representing Mombasa, Kwale, Kilifi, and Tana River, Taita Taveta, and Lamu counties were treated to a day of fun and entertainment. The expansive hall was filled with the sounds of music, dance, and laughter as the children enjoyed bouncing castles, acrobatic performances, and delicious meals. Generous gifts were also distributed, marking the event as a joyous and unforgettable experience. Jirandra Hirani, the spokesperson of Mombasa Cement, expressed pride in the company's role as the platinum sponsor of the event, emphasizing the importance of giving back to the community.
It is a pride and honor, I can say. We are recognized as one of the largest all-inclusive special school in the whole wide world, and we are also nominated in Guinness Book of World Records. All-inclusive meaning all the 10 disabilities in the books of science, knowledge, medicine, all the disabilities, they are catered there. We are the rightful owners, but we have given it to the government to run. These are all government registered schools. Today it's a Sunshine Rally, sort of a fun day for children with disabilities. Rotary International have initiated. They requested us to partner, and we are the platinum sponsors of this Sunshine Rally. Children with disabilities across the coastal region, all the way from Lamu, Lunga Lunga, Taveta, Kilifi. We've gathered here today. As you can see, there's lots of fun, music, dance, bouncing castle, acrobats. So far, as you've seen, that is Sunshine Rally. We partnered with Rotary International.
This rally brings together kids with disabilities to come and show them the other side, that they are loved, they are wanted, affection, and also to inspire them and to give them hope. Today, we are very fortunate to partner with our platinum partner, Mombasa Cement. They've been very kind to sponsor the entire event of today, and we've got about 2,500 students.
Ni siku moja kwa mwaka yenye tumesema watoto wote nchi hii ya Kenya tutawaleta nje for a day of sunshine. Yani wapigwe na jua vizuri, wajienjoy, wacheze na waone kwamba community inawapenda. Na tena mtoto mdogo kama wewe mwenye ako skuli akikutana na mimi namwambia mimi nacheza na wewe lakini nimesoma nimefikia kiwango hiki, pia ninamotivate. Anataka kuona kesho yeye anaweza kuwa nini. Kwa hivyo hiyo ndio maana madhumuni makubwa kabisa tuko hapa leo. We want to inspire these children, tuwape morali kwamba soma na bidii na kesho kuna kesho, na kesho pia utakuwa mtu maalumu duniani.
All right, amazing gesture right there. That will wrap up our bulletin here at EBN Weekend Edition. But before we wrap up our bulletin, I want to shout out some viewers who are saying that they are tuned in. That is Kennedy Jumba Sirigwa, Robinson Kwayera, Brian Lusa, Shiro Favored, and not forgetting Chima Hossein is watching from Utawala. Many thanks for, of course, keeping me company here at TBN Weekend Edition. At that note, we wrap up our bulletin, and do have yourself a blessed Sunday ahead. My name is Macharia signing off, and as always, let's meet again when God says we do.